Melanie Nielsen with Yoga with Melonie, and we're going to take today wide stride standing forward bend, and we'll do a little bit of mobility play in it. So let's come to stand and take the legs as wide as you feel comfortable apart. You want to take this place where you feel quite stable, but yet you're testing your flexibility a bit, and you've got the four corners of your feet anchored to the ground. And then take the hands to the pelvis and do a little rocking side to side. So as I do these various different motions that we're going to do, I'm exploring like how each side is a little different, and how as I continue the motions, I'm starting to encourage just a little bit more mobility, a little bit more freedom. You're kind of nudging into the edges of your body. Let's now take circles with the pelvis. And don't worry if it doesn't quite come out like a circle. Fake it till you make it. Just do whatever your body is going to allow to do. And maybe you image more of a fluid circle. Let's reverse the circle. And back to neutral. Let's turn the feet slightly out, bend one knee and lean forward. So your hips are being sent a little bit back, or your sit bones are being sent back, and then come back up. And the other side, bow and up and bow and up. So I bend and then I'm tipping my pelvis as I bow forward and then bringing it back up, bend, tip and bow, and bend, tip and bow. And we go side to side. And let's do one more to each side. And then back to center, and then we're just going to place the feet straight forward, bow forward, touch down to the ground. If the floor is far away, maybe you put your hands on blocks or come to fingertips. And as we're here, let's keep the legs straight, but like when we were standing, we swung the hips side to side. And you swing off a hip to one side and then to the other. And these are going to be tiny, kind of micro movements. And do not worry if you're feeling like you don't feel much or any motion happening at all. Just image it. And for some, it might feel like one hip is hiking up and the other one's dropping down. And that might be a better focus to get movement to occur. And now one more to each side. Back to neutral, and now pretend there's a wall right behind you, and you're gonna lean your hips into the wall as you walk your fingers forward. Now pretend that there's a little traction happening. The hips back, fingers forward. You get a little traction to the spine, to the rib cage. And then can you bring back in that kind of movement of your pelvis, a sway of your hips side to side. Steady breaths in, full breaths out. And now keeping the hips back, let's walk these arms over to the right side. Expand the rib cage on the left. You can kind of weave in and out of it if you wish. And then we walk it over to the other side. We curve and we kind of back off, and then we get into it a little bit more and back off. Now one more. And then back to center. And now take and turn the feet a little bit outward and bend one knee, sink into that side again, and go side to side. And then back to center. You can point the toes straight forward again and place your right hand on your hip and start to turn a little bit of the low belly a little bit more of the heart, top of the chest, roll that shoulder back and peek to the sky. And then we'll unspiral that and go to the other side, turning belly, turning heart, peeking the gaze. And let's do a couple more at each side. Turning to the right and turning to the left and turning to the right and turning to the left. And then back to center, walk out your fingers again, your hips back in space to that imaginary wall. Take your left hand across the body. You're going to hold the outer leg and turn a little bit of the belly and heart underneath that leg. And again, you can ease off of it a bit, return the spine a bit more to neutral, and then turn the belly and heart. You can ebb and flow that with your breath. And that's untangle that side and go to the other side. Crisscross. We turn the belly and revolve back. We turn the belly and revolve back. And then unwind, walk your hands back in, walk the feet a little bit closer into center. Hands on the hips, hips back and come all the way back upright. And bring the legs back together again. So hopefully you enjoyed that short little practice. There'll be more coming, and you could follow me on Patreon where there's more full-length classes and other educational tidbits on there. And I will look forward to seeing you soon, and be well.